look at what we're making this week. This perfect little bunny box. It's got ears, it's got a nice little bow, and it's got basket weave going around the bottom of the box. It's perfect for Easter eggs, mini eggs. You could get a whole stash in there, or a couple of Cadbury's cream eggs or lint eggs. I'd go for the lint eggs personally, but you could get a whole load of things in there. It's really good size, fits just in the palm of your hand as well. You can make this really simply, and then you just get to jazz it up as much or as little as you want. It starts off just as a plain piece of card, and I'll talk you through the sizes and what you need. The panels that I've put on mine, I've put on extra. Oh no, there's the cat. Isn't that always the way? Rose, can you wait a minute? And then I've added the ear detail and just tied a ribbon round as well. So it really won't take much to put this box together. So what do you need? Let me get the sizes. The sizes are there. You can stay in touch with me here. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook or even Pinterest. If you like the video that I'm doing, or you like any of my videos, please do get in touch. I love to see what you make from my videos, or leave a comment underneath the video. It's really good to know who's watching and just the different ideas you get from it. I'm always welcome feedback. It's really lovely to chat to other crafters, so thank you for that. The Easter box is just one piece of card, like I said, or the Easter basket. It's just a basic, I've used an A4 sheet, but it's not even as big as an A4. And then I've put it in centimetres and inches, so you just need to work out which is the measurements that you're going to follow. And we can craft together. If you screenshot that, you should be able to enlarge it big enough for you to see. I'm just going to let that Rosie out. Go on then. Hopefully we'll be lucky and Rosie won't come along as well. So back to the crafting. Let me remind you about the box. Okay, so yeah, not too many sizes. We should be able to do this really simply. The only thing that I used extra is to do the basket weave around the panels around the bottom of my basket. I used this basket weave embossing folder, but again, you don't need to do that. You can just put some designer series paper panels on, or you can just leave it plain. I actually think on the other one, if I show you that one, it's quite nice plain, especially in this brown. It looks very bunny like. You can see there that we're going to shape the ears, and we just bend them over each other, and then they just go together, and that makes the top of the box. How clever is that? I love it. I love how it comes together. So really, really nice. So we've got the sizes, we've got everything we need. Now we just need some card. I'm going to use crumb cake. Just because I like the basket effect that it gives, that colour. And I'm going to use my paper trimmer from Stampin' Up, because it's got a cutting blade and a scoring blade all in one runner. So it makes my life so easy. So I'm going to go with centimetres. So I've got a piece that is 25 centimetres by 20 centimetres, and that's all you need, just a short piece like that. And then we're going to do some score lines. So if you make sure that the longer side is at the top, just along there at 4, make sure the cutting blade is out the way. We're going to do it at 4 centimetres, okay, 8 centimetres, 12 centimetres, so basically every 4 centimetres, 16 centimetres, 20 centimetres, and 24. So if you were resizing this to fit what you needed, you need 6 panels. So we've got 6 panels going across, and then this extra bit that we're going to glue in place. Okay, so that's our 6 panels going across. I'll just fold those so you can see that they're there, because it's quite hard. I thought crumb cake would be easy to see, but I guess not. So you've got those panels going across, they're all equal. Right, we're going to turn it so the shorter end is at the top, and this time we are going to score it at 4.5. So 4.5 centimetres, and again we're scoring, and then 9.5 centimetres. And that's it. It really is. So what we now need to do is make the tab. So on the side that's got the extra thin piece that's been scored, this piece, the middle rectangle, we're going to cut that up at an angle. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. So if you just bear with me. So it makes this little bit into a tab, and I'm just going to cut off the top and the bottom. I'm going to do that with my paper trimmer because it will give me a nice little edge. And I know that it's 1 centimetre, so I'm going to push my card to the 1 centimetre mark. And I'm just going down a little bit more. You could do this with scissors. I've just found that it gives me a neater line. And then I'm going to go from the bottom up to where I think it is. And that cuts off that bit as well. Let's have a look at that so you can see. So I've cut off a long bit there. And can you see where I cut it at an angle? So it makes this into a little tab. Okay, so we get rid of those bits because we don't need those bits. I'm going to bring my paper trimmer back in because the smaller boxes along this side, we're going to turn those into tabs as well. Remember, we cut them at every 4 centimetres. So I'm going to work out where this first score line is, using my hands to lift the guide up. And then I'm just going to go down so that I'm making a tab. And I'll do it again at 8. So we're just going from the first score line. And then 12. Just bring that arm out again because I need it. 16. 20. You could do this straight off instead of scoring first, but then sometimes you forget where you are. So they are all our tabs across the bottom. Now where am I going to do it at the top? I've done it both ways, you see. No, I'm not going to do it at the top because I'll show you why in a minute. So now let's move this out the way. So I've got my piece of card like this. You've got the long bits at the top, which are going to become the ears. I'm going to fold it in half, like that. So you've got these fluffy bits down the bottom and these long bits at the top. Now what I want to do is cut out that middle piece, okay? So I'm going to bring my trimmer across again. And I'm working with both thicknesses of card. So at 4 centimetres, bring that in there. And I'm just looking with my eye to make sure the line is there. Okay, and I can see that's gone right down. And then it's 8 centimetres. And I'm doing the same again. Okay, which means I've got that middle bit, and then I'm going to cut that piece off. So I just need to do that a little bit further because it wasn't quite up to the line. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to use that piece as our template for our ear. Just also do it that side because that hadn't gone right down to the score line. I don't want to pull it because that will cut my paper. Okay, just rather than tearing the card. No, don't pull it, Claire. I'm really tempted to just yank it. There you go. Okay, let's put that out of the way. Now, what I need to do is turn these into ears. Now, if you're really good at drawing, you could just draw an ear. I'm not that great at drawing. And I looked around my craft room and thought, have I got anything that looks like a bunny ear? This. So I've got this bone folder. It's sort of like a bunny ear, isn't it? Don't you think? So I have laid it on my card and I've done this both ways. You can get your bone folder and just draw around it. So I'll draw around it with a pencil and you can see it's like a bunny ear. Or you can make yourself a template because this is exactly the right size. So I'm going to put that on there. And again, I'm going to draw around it. Like so. And you can see, can you see? Do I need to do that a bit darker? Have I got a pen? Because I don't think you can see. Let me do it in pen so you can see. Didn't think of that, did I? So there's the pen going round. Okay, so you can see it now. Now, when I put my bunny ears together and cross over, they actually need a bit angled here so that they will cross like that. So not only do I need the pen there, but I also need to come round like that. But not a lot, just a little bit. Because I don't want to chop half of the ear off. Okay, so remember this is my template, so this is the bit that I'm going to use for my bunny ear. So I don't have to cut it out exact, but however I cut it out will be the right size template. So that's one side. Just going to do it a little bit wider because I'm worried that my bunny ear is too narrow. I'm just going to shape around the edge, just so I've got a nice shaped ear. Okay, so now you can see I've got it. So if I do this on there, if I put it on that score line there, would have helped if it was in a different colour, wouldn't it? Then you could have seen it. And now I just use that as my template to draw around. Okay. So you can see it on there, and then have I got a rubber in here? Probably not. Let's put that on there, and I'm going to do it on that side as well. I'm really pressing hard on my pencil so you can see, but you can see the bunny ears there. So now what I need to do is do both sides at once. So I'm going to come up from the side, because I'm cutting both ears at the same time. You can rub out the pencil marks. Mine are really thick pencil marks so that you can see. Okay, just make sure you've got your ears level. You could do this with the grandchildren, couldn't you? Make this bunny basket box. Okay, so that's one side. I feel like I need to shape those ears a bit because they're looking a bit pointed. And then this side, not so easy to get in there, but we're going to go for it. Okay, and then round that side. We're nearly there. And what I do is go down to the corner, even though my pencil mark is going straight down, I go to the corner. Okay, so that's my bunny box. Now what I'm going to do is fold that over, and I just need to put some glue on that bit there. Just scissors are in my way, just there. I bring that round so that it meets. Just make sure that that matches up, and that's my bunny box. Look, you can see there's 2 gaps in the middle, and these are my ears. I haven't rubbed out the pencil yet, but I will do. Now to do the bottom, a little bit tricky in that you've got nothing to put this on, so I'm going to fold the ears down out the way, okay, because you can fold them back up in a minute, and you're actually going to put ribbon on them anyway. I just need them to be out of the way at the minute, so I'll put those out there. Now what you're going to do is do opposite sides, so just make sure that they all know where they've got to go just by folding them over. You need to give the paper a memory of where it needs to go. Okay, and move them out so you can see what you're doing, and you're going to do opposite ones. And the reason you do opposite is because you can line them up easier opposite, because you can make sure they're in a straight line. Just don't push them too close together, because what you're hoping for is a hexagon shape. And then put a bit of glue on this side and a bit of glue on this side, okay, and then bring it over and just gently find where it sits. Okay, don't worry that there's glue spurting out at the minute, you're just getting this first one at a good place. Okay, so you're making sure that your card is in a line, and that's your first one. Now you're going to do this one. Okay, so you do the same. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on here because I want it to stick on there. Put a bit of glue on there and a bit of glue on the edge of here. And then what happens is I put that over, and again I make sure that's in line. I just hold it in place for a couple of seconds. Tombow glue sticks really well. And then the last one, just put a bit of glue on there to help it, a bit of glue on there, and a bit of glue on that one, and I'm going to do the same again. And that is how you do the hexagon box. Okay, so when I think that's stuck, I flip it over, and there you go, you have your box. Now on my one here that I did earlier, I actually covered it with a circle, so it was a 2.5 inch punch that I covered, just so that it was all covered in. And I did the same on the inside as well, just covered it in. Like I say, you can embellish this to your heart's content, but that is the bunny box. So now what you do, you fold your ears, bring your ears back up, fold them over like that, and like that, and like that, so that they match. And you put an elastic band round to hold them in place, and then tie them with a bit of ribbon, and that is your bunny box done. So extras, the extra bits that I did were the panels on here. Now these are 5 by 4.5. Yeah, 5 by 4, 4.5. No, I think they're 5 by 4.5. So you need to go 0.5 centimetre smaller to get the panel on the side. The ear inner bits, how do you do those? Well, remember that template that you've got. Okay, do another one. So draw around your ear that you used. So draw around your ear on the other piece of card you've got, just like that. And this time when you cut out inside, or draw around inside. Scissors, and you're going for the smaller ear bit, because you're just getting the shape of the ear. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is a handmade gift. The amount of love and time and attention that you've put in is reward enough. So that's your bunny ear that now sits inside there. You can't see it, can you? Have I got any white? No. Should have cut it out in white, shouldn't I? Let's have a look. Is that white? No. I've got no scrap paper in front of me. So that's your bunny ear, and that's your bunny inner ear, outer ear. Ta-da! So, are you going to make it? I hope so. If you loved what you've seen, it's just a quick little Easter box, then please give it a go and share a photo with me. I've got a new YouTube membership going on as well. If you like my videos and you'd like a little bit more, you can join that. There are 2 tiers with loads of extra perks and extra tutorials and fun and games going on. So take a look at that. If you have any questions, just get in touch. I'd love to chat craft with you. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you give this Easter bunny with ears a go. Happy crafting!